Alright guys, welcome to the second patch notes of August. I think this is the first time we've ever had two patch notes in 1 month. Usually we have them at the start or mid-start of a month, but it's the first time we've ever had two. We've got a lot to go over today. I can't be too loud because it's, as you guys can see, it just turned midnight. I woke up not too long ago, saw that the patch notes were up, and I decided to record, so here we go. The Sisterly update. Winter Schnee is cleared to enter Amity Arena. Units receive balance changes. Push notice login rewards get revamped. Lunch money gets adjusted for inflation. Winter Schnee. 4 Aura Epic Arena 5. She locks her target in place and pierces her way to the enemy. So, pierce type attack. I believe you're going to target an enemy. She's going to pierce through it. I don't know how far she'll pierce through it. So she'll start attacking the unit she pierced, or if she'll go so far that, say, she attacks a White Fang squad, pierces a thug, and will start attacking a gunner, or attack the thug because that's the one she pierced. We don't know how far her dash is just yet. 4 aura single target stunner. I wonder how far her range is. If it's longer than Roman, she could potentially replace a Roman in my deck, because Roman has a range of 9, single target stun, great damage, and is safer to use because Roman pulls the enemy towards you at a long range. Your team gets to gang up on that one unit. If for some reason she is above 9 and is tanky and deals great damage, I will replace Roman for Winter. Same cost, same rarity. Just a matter of building up copies of her. This is a big one. Alright, we just had a little debate in my Discord about this one. Adam Taurus. Adam Taurus was built to be a very good counter swarm. Built to be a very good counter swarm. That does not make sense. Adam was built to be a very good counter to swarms with his sweeping slash. However, his stats were so high that he would kill the swarms first, then would either stun dash slash another target, or the player would use his active ability to make it happen themselves. This made Adam go a bit beyond what we planned for him to do, so we're adjusting his stats to put him in the right place. Makes sense. He was kill, like if the opponent used the White Fang squad, the main offender, he would dash and kill the gunners behind on his first slash. Now, if you use his ability, it will not kill the gunners in the first slash. It will require the second one, but you might not get the second slash in range because the gunners might created a gap between them. So you might not kill them in the second slash. I actually have Adam. He's one of the 2 legendaries I have, so I will be able to test this later today. Skill damage up 20%. That's the stun part of the damage. That's up 20%. The sweeping slash damage is down 40%. That is huge. We're almost talking half. HP down 20%. That's pretty damn big, because he was not too tanky, but he was in a good spot for 5 aura. Now, reduce 20% HP. That's a lot. Attack power up 20%. Attack speed down by 0.2. So he attacks once a second. He used to be pretty fast. Every 0.8 seconds he'd slash. Now it's down to 1 second. So his overall DPS may not have changed. Probably the same. So overall, this is a nerf. The single target part of the stun got 20% buff. I'm not sure that's enough to make up for the damage you're losing. Well, it's definitely not enough to make up for the damage you're losing. This is kind of what we needed. Adam was extremely strong at what he did. This is probably the right place. I know a lot of people are going to complain that, oh, my legendary got nerfed, but it's for the better. Let's move on, because we've got actually a lot to go through. White Fang Watchtower. We wanted to make this card's utilization a bit more tactical, so we reduced its duration but increased its health so that players will have to drop it down at the right time instead of ahead of time. Its HP got doubled by 100%. Decay duration is now 20 seconds instead of 40 seconds. I think that's a little too much. If you drop it down just like the Atlesian wall, that's what the watchtower is doing. It's buying time more than you're using it for its defensive ability. It's just 200 HP. The enemy units have to, break through. That's way too much. This is too good at stalling now. And not to mention, this card actually fights back. So it doesn't matter if it breaks in 40 seconds or 20 seconds. If you place it right on top of the enemy, 2,000 plus HP, I think this was a little too overtuned, a little overbuffed. White Fang Dropship. I actually talked about this on the tier list. Seeing that the aura to dropship to thugs inside ratio was a bit too cost efficient, we balanced the dropship by reducing the number of thugs inside. Thug count 5 to 4. In my tier list, I mentioned that the dropship was better than the White Fang squad. Why? Because the dropship carried 5 thugs, not 3 thugs and 2 gunners, but 5 thugs. And thugs are better than gunners in terms of HP and damage. So they both cost 3 aura. So technically, you're getting way more value in a dropship than in a squad. And I guess they must have saw that, because they reduced the thug count to 4, which now put it closer in value. Except you still get that extra HP off of being a dropship. So, yeah, I agree on that White Fang dropship. Thug count being reduced to 4. Baby Deathstalkers. A lost baby Deathstalker returns to its siblings. Deathstalker count from 4 to 5. Okay, this card was already extremely valuable at 4 baby Deathstalkers for 1 aura. But 5? I think that's a little too much. Nobody uses this card for offense. It's purely defense. They have already admitted that it's way too good to defend in this game. It's way easier to defend in this game. And what do? They increase White Fang Watchtower's HP by double. They add an extra Deathstalker. What kind of... that's the opposite of what we're trying to get out of. We're trying to get out of the defense meta. The push meta, the push meta is having such a hard time, and then you're making it easier for them. Baby Deathstalker Swarm. The lost baby Deathstalker returns to its siblings with the friend. Deathstalker count up from 15 to 17. Again, no aura increase. They just threw in more baby Deathstalkers. Glinda Goodwitch. Probably one of my favorite changes, but not for the right reasons. Glinda Goodwitch. We are making Glinda's tower stronger, but reducing her health. However, we are increasing her attack speed and skill cooldown so that she will be more effective in battle, but on battle, not by taking more hits, but by dealing them out with maybe an extra tower or 2. Alright. Glinda HP down 20%. Glinda attack speed up from 2.3 seconds to 1.9 seconds. I should say down. She attacks faster by 0.4 seconds. Glinda Tower HP got increased by 20%. Skill cooldown went down from 23 seconds to 18 seconds. So you get every 5 seconds you're throwing down another tower. Glinda Tower decay duration down from 40 seconds to 30 seconds. So it does decay a little faster. But I don't think she needed this change. Maybe the attack speed, yes. Attack speed, yes. Because I've been complaining about that guy for a long time. You guys know Glinda has been in my deck as a main card since forever. I don't think she needed more HP. Her tower was so good. You could pretty easily get a second tower down. And they want possibly to get, what does it say? An extra tower or 2 down? For one Glinda play, they want you to be able to put down 3 towers. That does not sound very balanced. I use Glinda. I don't think she needed this buff. You're going to see a lot more Glindas, probably. Raven. Okay. Raven Bronwyn. Raven is a difficult card to use. Not only that, she needs a supporting cast as well as allies to take into battle, which made her extremely difficult to form a deck around. Yep. So we are making changes to her costs and deploy times to make her more viable. Aura cost from 4 to 3. That's great, because the biggest problem was she was, for what her skill does, she needs a lower cost to be able to put forces along with her. Oh, there you go. To reduce the burden on summoning her with other units. I should have read the whole thing. HP down 10%. Makes sense. Raven deploy time down from 2 seconds to 1.5 or to 0.5 seconds. Her time is now 1/4 of what it used to be, so that she can be more readily deployed besides her allies. That makes sense, because you play the other card and you play Raven, she's standing still for 2 seconds. The other cards are going to depart without her, but if you play her first, you got to wait 2 seconds to play the units with her, so then they could keep up in pace. Teleported unit deploy time, 4 seconds down to 2 seconds. That is the delay they're talking about. Before, it started off at 4 seconds and slowly reduced with upgrades to her card all the way down to 2 seconds. Now, I don't know if this means there's no longer a reduction per level and that it's now a flat 2 seconds, or if it goes further with even more levels. But this is huge, because for 4 seconds, your units cannot defend themselves. At 2 seconds, they stand a bit more of a chance as long as they're tanky enough to survive for 2 seconds. Raven will now teleport units to the back side of her allies to prevent her from teleporting units off the arena. That does not make sense. Raven will now teleport units to the back side of her allies to prevent her from teleporting units off the... Raven will now teleport units to the back side of her allies. That's the part I don't get. If you have units ahead of yourself and you use that skill, you get teleported behind them? If you're teleporting units for the first time, where do they go if they don't have allies in front? That part does not make sense to me. I'm not going to hang on it too long. We got a nice little picture here. Raven, welcome to Amity Arena. I think I'm weaker than Crow. That's worse. I want to say that's a little chibi Raven, but I don't... Is it Raven? It's gotta be Raven talking to Raven, but... Oh, there's the credit goes to Nainwara Stroke on Twitter. Okay. Baringo. Screw it. You can see the next name. Baringo. The Baringo Grim is one of the most fearsome Grim RWBY has ever faced, but in Amity Arena, she hardly ever faces it. So we have made some all-around changes to make the Grim more viable. The person, I mean, I think of one person who uses Baringo, and I believe it's Shadow1800. I believe he uses Baringo. I think he's the only person I may have ever faced that has used Baringo. Skill range 9 to 10, so he's even further than Roman. So my Roman can no longer pull Baringo out of his skill. Skill cast time is down from 1 second to 0.5 seconds. Attack speed, this is the big one because he's an AoE attacker, down from 2 seconds to 1.6 seconds. His big problem is his aura costs more than his skill range, I believe, and his skill costs. But we'll see if this attracts players. I have Baringo. I have quite a few copies of him, and doesn't really attract me to want to play him because it's his cost that I'm weary of. It's his cost, but it's hard to give him those kind of stats and reduce his cost by even just 1. Because when you reduce a unit by just 1 cost, you're making all of his stats technically go up in value, since its stats per aura ratio gets better. Petragigas. Floyd is fearsome in death, but in life could never reach his intended target, which is the enemy's towers. This, coupled with a high aura cost, prevented him from flexing in more decks. Well, now we hope it is his time to shine. Movement speed, normal to fast. That's huge because it gives players less time to react. But I doesn't make sense him being a fast unit. He's a pretty big guy made out of stone. HP plus 10%. That's big because he's a tank. For goodness sake, he was supposed to be tanky. Attack damage 8%. Death damage plus 8%. Death explosion time 1.5 seconds. So that means even very fast units or fast units, maybe not very fast units, but fast units to average units or normal units could still be caught in the explosion and won't outrun it. The big problem again is he's a single target unit when he's alive, and it makes it very hard for him to get past swarms. Swarms like, say, the new Baby Deathstalkers that now has 17 cards. Even the single Baby Deathstalker, the single Aura cost Baby Deathstalkers that have 5 cards, 5 units, could stop him potentially. I know the White Fang Thugs can stop him. The White Fang Watchtower can stop him at 2000 HP. And they call it out right here. His high aura cost, again, is the problem. You're not going to be playing Petrogigas because of his stats again. You're going to be playing him because it's 6 aura to try and potentially work very hard to try to get Petrogigas to the enemy tower. And if it doesn't pay off, you've almost wasted 6 aura. Minus whatever he does manage to take out with his death explosion. So, Baringo, Petrogigas, again, aura problem, not stat problems. Summoner Weiss, oh boy. This change is a hasty one, mainly based on player feedback. We usually watch and monitor a unit longer before making adjustments, but we wanted the player to know that we listen and we care. I don't know, man. You guys are showing that you listened about the defenders having advantage right now, but you still haven't, or actually you've been doing the opposite of trying to fix defenders being so strong. You actually nerfed attackers with Adam, Swarm Clear. So here are some preliminary changes to our lovely Ice Knight and Ice Queen and her Knight. These changes may be enough right now, but we promise to deliver more in the future to make sure Weiss can go toe-to-toe with Junior. Why does Weiss go toe-to-toe with Junior? I don't get the correlation. Thank you everyone for talking to us. Aura cost 5 to 4. That's big. And exactly what I'm talking about. When a unit is struggling and they're not worth their aura, fix their aura first. So Summoner Weiss for 4 aura, that means all her stats just went up in value, so you don't have to mess with them as much. Armor Gigas Decay removed. I actually noticed this in Scott Porter's video. He made a video about the Armor Gigas, and one thing I noticed is the decay, and especially how bad the decay is. He summoned his Armor Gigas on his side Weiss when he summoned his he summoned the Petra Gigas on his side once, and by the time it was gonna cross a field, it was over half dead. He lost half its value already. Skill cooldown 32 seconds to 23 seconds. I think it should be lower for how actually bad the Petrogigas is. Getting 2 or even 3 summons in would not be that bad of an idea, because they're not that great. They're pretty weak. They're almost at the stats of one AK-130. They're probably a little closer to stats to one Albane brother. So getting multiple summons off at 4 aura cost, potentially even when it was 5 aura cost, would still been okay. I would not have been like, oh man, that's 2 summons. That's way overvalued. But no, they're not that. Petrogigas is not that strong. So being able to summon more than once in a match, yeah, that's great. All right, push notice rewards. Since launch, we've delivered cookies twice a day with some other cool rewards every once in a while. However, we understand that players feeling like the game's drain on their Lian and Schnee Premium Dust is too much, so we have adjusted Amity Arena for inflation. Now, instead of cookies we will be delivering mystery crates twice a day. The other core rewards will stay that way. Very cool. Other core rewards, does it mean the cookies twice a day will stay? No, it says instead of cookies, we will delivering mystery crates twice a day. The other core rewards will still stay that way. Stay that way. Very cool. What does it mean, other rewards, then, if they're not talking about the cookies? Those mystery crates will randomly give you one of the following rewards: 10 Sneak Premium Dust, 20 Sneak Premium Dust, 100, 300, 500 Leanne, 200 cookies, 200 cocoa cookies. So you have a chance for one of these twice a day. That's cool, because at least now you have a chance for Sneak Premium Dust and Leanne instead of just cookies, and it's 200 cookies instead of 100 cookies. Only problem is it's in a crate. A little chance. Why not just give us the flat reward and, you know, control it? Maybe every day 10, every day 300, and every day 100 of each cookies. Just bare minimum amount every day, so it's not like just a chance. Maybe you can get a bad streak and get a lot of 100 Leannes. I know that I wouldn't be too happy about getting that, but it's an extra reward. Beggars can't be choosers, so yeah, I'll take it. Lunch money upgrade. Lunch money daily login gets a boost. The daily Sneak Premium increased from 45 Sneak Premium Dust to 60 Sneak Premium Dust. I've never bought the lunch money boost, so I'm not sure how much this will total at the end. While the lunch money is active, players can freely use cookie outfits. Normal cookies, not cocoa. Once the lunch money ends, cookie outfits you do not own already will deactivate. Cocoa cookie outfits are not included due to the system being unable to separate. Cocoa cookie outfits are not included due to the system being unable to be separated from the random crate mechanism. Sorry. Potpourri. Pajama RWBY, that was exclusive to pre-registration, will now be available for purchase with cookies. We are continuing to observe the effects of the following system events. No trophy loss below 1,000. Half trophy loss below 2,000. For players that have mentioned the painful loss of 40 plus trophies in higher arenas to us, we hear you and sincerely apologize for the time it is taking to lessen your suffering. I am actually not, really, I'm not really in for or against losing high amounts of trophies, low amounts of trophies past 2,600, because past 2,600, your trophy counts are bragging rights. You don't get extra rewards. You don't get you really don't get anything past 2,600, just titles. As a matter of fact, you just increase your match queue times by going past the 3,000s. When I was at 3,200, it was taking sometimes up to like 2 minutes. That was rare though, because they're doing a pretty good job on their queues now. But yeah, past 2,600s, I don't mind if I lost 40 trophies, 45 trophies, 42 trophies. It's just bragging rights at that point. Weekly bundles arrive in the shop. Bundles that have great deals and can be bought once a week have been added to the shop. I'm laughing because I'm a free-to-play player. This doesn't pertain to me. Every Wednesday at 17 Pacific Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. Wednesdays, the end of a hump day, the bundle will reset for purchase. Depending on how good these bundles are, I'm pretty sure they're not as good as the superior crates bundles that they have during special events. But if they're good, I may buy them every once in a while to supplement, because I have a huge problem that I can't showcase brand new epic cards or legendaries because I'm a free-to-play player and I don't get these cards, and that really sucks. Because now I don't mind this either. I go and watch Scott Porter when he gets a new card. I watch his videos because I can't cover it, so I'll watch someone that does, and may as well watch one of my buddies from my Discord and give him some views. So I would like to be able to cover epic and higher rarity myself. Alright, bonus. Welcome to the bonus section. Thank you for coming to find this segment with every patch note. I'm always excited to reveal a little bit more about the game's future and give players a chance to flex their inner junior detectives. To tease this time is that the name of this update reveals a lot more than you think it does. Sorry if this makes many of you feel like, whatever. Good luck to another wonderful month of Amity Arena. Cheers, Amity Arena team. Okay. Think of what they mean. Who can possibly be coming? Pause the video for a second, if you have to, and think. Alright, if you unpause the video already, the answer is in Yang's trailer, there are two sisters. I forget their names. I know one of them is Misha, I cannot pronounce it, Misha, and I forget the other sister's name. But I remember one of them says, whatever. And what is the title of this? Because they say right here. The tease this time is that the name of this update reveals a lot more than you think it does. The title of this update, and this update is the Sisterly Update. Sisterly Update and whatever. There could only be one answer, and that's the two sisters from Yang's trailer that work at Junior's bar. Okay, now that we've gone over the patch notes, I have not been so happy for patch notes in a long time, guys. A long time. Let's count how many units actually got changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 units, guys. 9 freaking units got changed. Most of them were actually pretty damn good. But then you got, like, what is it? 2? 3 that soured it. I could think of 3 that soured this patch notes. The White Fang Watchtower, Baby Deathstalkers, and Baby Deathstalker Swarms. They got stronger at the defense, at defending, which is something I really wish we can get away from. But aside from that, so many changes in the right direction, guys. Like, holy crap. Not just nerfs. We got buffs. We did get a nerf. Adam Taurus, I believe, was the only nerf of this patch note. I'm sure there's still some of us that would still like to see the Shadow Blake, Cinder, and Neon nerfs. My biggest problem with Adam, or one of the biggest problems I had, was also that his skill was on a 6-second cooldown. But since they reduced the skill by 40% damage, I'm okay. He needs the 6-second cooldown now to pull it off more times, so he can catch up to what he used to be able to do. So, 40%, 6 seconds, bam! Adam is in a lot more balanced state. I don't think I will call him OP anymore. Like, I don't think he was ever broken OP. I didn't put him on the S rank because I didn't think he was OP. I just thought he was extremely strong for what he did. But that's good right there. I've never been so happy for a patch note. And if it wasn't 12:30 practically, I'd be so much louder right now, but my dad's trying to sleep. I don't know what else to talk about. I wish they would increase Leanne, consistent Leanne. Not chance Leanne, but consistent Leanne. More wins per matches. Bronze crates, silver crates, and gold crates getting Leanne in the crate themselves, because they don't have any Leanne to them. So if they can make consistent Leanne, that'd be amazing, because I'm sitting at maybe 28,000 Leanne. This is from saving, and to get my AKs up to their final level, it takes 100,000 Leanne. What? Why? Why 100,000? What? And then, you know, I got cards here and there, and the 8,000, 20,000, 50,000 for the Albane brothers. It's the amount they're giving is just not enough. And this chance The chance crates are where were they? Yeah, there's a chance for 100, 300, and 500. If I don't land those chances, because what I'm looking for right now is the Sneak Premium Dust and the Leand. If I don't land those and I just get cookies, Cocoa cookies I'll take too, because that's exclusive skins. Regular cookies, eh. So I'll be happy if I land on almost anything but one of those. But then again, they're all chance. That's what I'm saying. I want consistent Leand per day. I know there's that 80, I think, per match a day. Per match 10 times a day. So I can get at least 800 guaranteed. At least. Oh, man. This patch notes riled me up. I swear, I just woke up a few minutes before the patch notes. I mean, a few minutes before I started recording this video for the patch notes. It's going to be hard to sleep after this one. Alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I loved today's patch notes. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.